Everyone, welcome to the special magistrate hearing for October 12, 2021. If you wish to speak, please stand and raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm to speak the truth at today's hearing? Thank you. Please silence all electronic devices.
Our first case is on page 29. Case number CE 21070728. Case address 914 Southeast 2nd Court. Owner Mormon Properties 3 LLC. There is going to be an amendment to the agenda. This case is not closed. It is complied, and it was already heard, and fines were imposed. So the city is requesting to vacate the order and impose no fines.
All right, that request is granted.
Thank you. Have a good day. Our next case is on page 28. Case number CE 21070376. Case address 200 Southeast 10th Terrace. Owner Billy Rumsey. Mr. Rumsey, can you please start your video and raise your... I'm sorry, can you please start? Good morning, Mr. Rumsey. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. So this is also a city's request to vacate the order imposing fines from September 14th, 2021, removing the fines and closing the case.
Okay, hang on one second. This is...
You can lower your hand, Mr. Rumsey. You're fine.
Yeah, okay. And is the owner's motion to vacate?
Yes, he's right there.
Okay, I got it. All right, owners, on behalf of the owner. Yes, sir. If you'll state your name.
Yes, Your Honor. My name is Billy Rumsey. I am the owner of the property.
All right. Tell me what your request is.
There is no request from the property owner. The city is requesting to vacate the order imposing fines.
The city's request. All right. Okay. And all right. That order of September 14th, 2021 is vacated.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rumsey. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 8. Inspector Paulette Delgrosso, case number CE 21060922, case address 832 North Victoria Park Road, owner Thomas Conaharans. The property was posted on September 15th, 2021, and posted at City Hall on September 30th, 2021.
Good morning.
Good morning, Thomas. Can you please unmute yourself and start your video?
Yes, I just did it now.
Good morning. Can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear and affirm to speak the truth at today's proceedings?
I do.
Thank you.
Thank you. Inspector Delgrosso, City of Fort Lauderdale, the case and address are as read. This property was originally inspected on June 30th and was cited under 9-306. The exterior building walls have not been maintained. There are areas of the exterior that have stains and missing or peeling paint. An inspection report was prepared and mailed to the owner on or about July 1st. The owner has been in communication since then and indicated the exterior is not in disrepair. Rather, the crackling appearance is from stucco that has been patched onto the surface in preparation for repainting. As of yesterday, I was on site and saw a team was present doing work on the exterior. Therefore, the owner is underway with complying. He and I spoke by phone yesterday and said the work should be completed soon. However, in an abundance of caution with regards to any delays due to weather, the city requests 35 days to achieve compliance or $50 per day.
All right, on behalf of the owner.
I'm sorry?
Yes, it's your turn to speak.
Yes, the project's underway, and with an extension, I'll have it completed and in compliance.
All right. For the record, I find the violation does exist. 35 days to comply, $50 per day thereafter.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 5. Inspector Christina Caserta. Case number CE 21020954. Case address 2886 Northeast 26th Place. Owner U.S. Bank National Association in care of Select Portfolio Servicing, Inc. Property posted 9/21/2021, posted at City Hall 9/30/2021.
Good morning, Your Honor. The inspector will-
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Christina Caserta, Co-Compliance Officer, sorry, on behalf of the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case number CE 210-20954 for the property located at 2886 Northeast 26th Place. The initial inspection was done on February 26, 2021, which was carried out by Officer Holloway, who cited the property for the following violations. Section 18-11A, the pool at this property occupied has green stagnant water. That remains in violation. Section 891C, the mooring structure, including but not limited to the docks, pilings, and seawall, are in disrepair. The wood is rotted and missing. The seawall has visible cracks and is deteriorated. That remains in violation. Section 9-280G, there are electrical wires and accessories on the dock not maintained in a good, safe working condition, including, but not limited to wires exposed on the outside, non-covered electrical receptacle box. That remains in violation. Section 9-305B, landscaping not being maintained. There are areas of dead and missing grass. Remains in violation. Section 18-12A, overgrown property and swale. Palm fronds, trash, and litter are strewn throughout the property. Remains in violation. An inspection report was issued on March 4th, 2021. Notice of public nuisance was posted on March 5th, 2021, and on September 10th, 2021. Notice of violation and hearing posted at the property on September 21st, 2021. Notices have been mailed to the owner of record to their mailing address, as reflected on Broward County property appraisers. There has been communication with the owner's representatives on multiple occasions to include Safeguard Properties throughout the duration of this case, and most recently with Greenfield Law Group. We have been advised that the bank is filing for a writ of possession to vacate the previous owner. The last action on the file with the court is in March 2021, where the court denied the previous owner a temporary stay. The city has been depositing mosquito dunks into the pool to reduce mosquito breeding. I would like to introduce the case file, emails, and photos into evidence. The pre-hearing inspection on October 11, 2021 reveals the property remains not in compliance. Since the property remains in violation, the city is requesting the following for each violation. Section 18-A, 7 days to comply or impose $100 per day thereafter. That's for the pool. Section 8-91C, 63 days to comply or impose $100 per day thereafter. And that's the seawall and dock. Section 9-280G, 35 days to comply or impose a $50 per day thereafter. And that's for the electrical supply to the dock. Section 9-305B, 35 days to comply or impose a $50 per day thereafter. And that's the dead grass and ground cover. Section 1812A, 10 days to comply or impose a $50 per day thereafter, overgrowth and debris.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right, on behalf of the owner,
Yeah, I know, on behalf of the bank who now has possession via a foreclosure process. My name is Carl Kitchener. I'm appearance counsel for the defendant, for the defendant bank that has the property, that owns the property pursuant to a foreclosure process. I have since spoken to the code enforcement officer, and because the present owner is still is still in occupation, we're going to request, and I don't think, my understanding is we're not going to have any objections to the time restraints as long as we don't get cited by fines immediately. We want time to complete the eviction process and time to obviously cure the purported violations as well. So I have not spoken to the owner, but I have spoken to the city and the code enforcement officer, and I certainly agree as long as the fines don't start until after the applicable periods of time stated.
Your Honor, if I could.
yes.
Thank you. Ronald Montoya Hassan with the City Attorney's Office. Counsel, the bank has owned the property since early February. Has it instituted eviction proceedings?
My understanding is that I was told by the code enforcement person this AM that the writ has to be issued immediately, and I'm going to recommend that when I go home and do my report on this hearing. I will suggest to them that they expeditiously do it. So I don't have a definitive answer, but it doesn't sound like much progress has been made on the eviction process, and they need to move. I understand that, and I will certainly advise them to do so.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything further, Ms. Montoya?
I would just say, Your Honor, let's try to keep to these, to the dates that the inspector has suggested. This property has, and obviously the bank, again, has just taken over in February, but this property has been a problem property for the neighborhood for years. I knew the address as soon as it was read. I mean, it's been a problem ever since I joined the city 7.5 years ago. So hopefully now that the bank has it, they can move expeditiously, as counsel said, to get the former owner out of the property and clean it up, because it's been a problem in the neighborhood for a number of years.
Thank you, counsel. I would certainly endeavor to do that.
Okay. For the record, I find that each of the violations does exist. The relief requested by the city is granted.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. You have a good day.
Our next case is on page 11. Inspector Manny Garcia. Senior Inspector Manny Garcia, case number CE 21030710. Case address 2770 Northwest 26th Street. Owner Darnett Melbourne. Property posted 9/21/2021, posted at City Hall 9/30/2021. Good morning, Ms. Melbourne. Can you please start your video? Hi, can you please raise your right hand?
Just for the record, my name is Tanya Williams. I'm Miss Melbourne's daughter. Sometimes she might have issues with the the Zoom, so I'm just here to help her.
Is she online?
She should be.
So we're gonna recall the case so I can see if we can locate her online, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Our next case is on page 7. Senior Inspector Dorian Cologne, case number CE 19091001, case address 710 Southwest 31st Avenue. Owners, Nelta and Camila Jaquez, and we would need a Creole translator, please. Property posted 9/27/2021 and posted at City Hall 9/30/2021. Bernstein,
Oh, sorry. The other ones.
come.
Do you swear and affirm to translate truthfully from Creole to English and English to Creole?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Good morning, Senior Inspector Cologne with the City of Fort Lauderdale.
Good morning.
Case number is CE 19091001. Case address is 710 Southwest 31st Avenue. This property was first inspected on 9/18/2019, and the following violations were observed. 47-21.16.A has been complied. 18.1 has been complied. 9/304B, the driveway is in disrepair. It has cracks and holes and needs to be resurfaced in a smooth condition. 9/305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover, including but not limited to the swale area. 9/305A has been complied, and 1812A has been complied. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on 10/7/2021, and it shows that the violations remain as depicted on the photos for the record. And the city is requesting 91 days to comply or $25 a day per violation thereafter.
All right, is the owner present?
Yes.
Ma'am, are you the owner?
Yes.
Okay, if you speak right into the microphone and state your name, please.
My name is Nelta Orne Jax.
Okay. You understand what this lady said?
Yes.
All right. You had several violations, apparently two remain, two violations remain.
Correct. 9/304B, the driveway, and 9/305B, the landscape.
Okay. The city's recommending that you be allowed 91 days to correct these violations. You have any response?
So the driveway I tried to repair it. Tap try pour me repair li te prêté en l'argent dans ma Synchrony bank. So Synchrony te prêté $9,000 pour me te faire paquet là. Qu'on y a la moi dit il était bon moi un contracteur fait $9,000 pour moi. So les bon moi $9,000 contracteur a dit la fait travail là pour moi pour $8,500. Me dit qu'il te me chercher l'autre parce que me pas prêter $9,000.
Okay, ma'am, can you please get close to the microphone so I can pick up what you're saying?
So me dit me pas prêter $9,000 les fini pour que vous dites moi pour faire travail là pour moi pour $8,500 qui te me chercher l'autre opinion. So les me chercher l'autre opinion dit m'a fait pour moi pour $7,500. Moi les Synchrony me dit Synchrony me joindre l'autre opinion ba moi kap mwen pipi si l'argent. Ton quitte moi paix. Qu'on y a là et puis dit OK, la cancel premier ils sont 4 qui était bon moi, il dit la cancel premier 4 là et puis la bon mon l'autre 4. Même il y a un monde qui sorti, un contracteur qui sorti juste West Palm Beach. So, qui dit comme ça la vinn fait pour moi pour $7,500. So,
Officer
Okay,
Bernstein.
tell me what we have.
Officer Bernstein with the Cedar
A
Fort
long story.
It's part of the story. She's aware that she has to do the driveway. She ended up getting a contractor from a friend, and the friend quoted the contractor quoted her for $9,500. She stated that it's too much for the driveway, and she was searching for another contractor to get the job done. So I'm just gonna let her finish the story.
Okay.
But
All right, well,
just cut these.
the time frame of 91 days seems very reasonable. If there's some issue that arises, you know, she can stay in contact with the compliance officer.
3 mois. Son avocat qui pour travailler là qu'on y a. Parce que c'est qu'on y they take them yo prend l'argent premier contracteur relé Synchrony il dit comme ça job là fini bam l'argent et puis il prend l'argent pour remercier. Non, li relé Synchrony me te dit Synchrony cancel li.
C'était pas contracteur l'argent.
Non.
Okay. So, il y a pas 3 mois pour finir job là, pour finir driver là. Si vous pas qu'à faire dans 3 mois, ou qu'à venir là-bas encore au mois d'extension. Si 3 mois enough. Ma pas là pour le nous finir. Hello, Your Honor. She had some issue with the contractors, and as of now, I explained to her that the code enforcement officer is requesting 91 days to comply. If she has any issues complying, because now she has to find another contractor, that she can come back and request an extension. I asked her if 91 days enough. She says, yes, it is enough, but in the case that she cannot get it done, then she'll come back and request for an extension.
All right, well,
Hold on one second.
anything else further from the city?
Yes, Your Honor. Supervisor Bass for the City of Fort Lauderdale. Can we go ahead with the 91 days, Your Honor, in order to reappear? That way, when we reappear, we know whether or not we're in compliance or not.
I agree.
All right.
Okay. I'm going to find that the 2 remaining violations, 9-304B, 9-305B, do exist. 91 days to comply with a mandatory reappearance on January 11th, 2022.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning. So we're recalling the case on page 11 with Senior Inspector Manny Garcia. Darnett, is your mother available?
She said she was going to call back in. She was having issues being let into the hearing. All she could see is a City of Fort Lauderdale sign.
Okay, so I'm sorry. We're going to... What is she? So you're logged in under your name. What is there another name she could be logged in under?
No, she should be logged in under Darnett Melbourne.
Because if you both are using the same link, only one of you can use the link. So if you're using it, she can't use it.
Understood. So would you like for me, I can hang up so that she can be able to call in if that's the issue.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So we're going to go to page 37 with Inspector Manny Garcia. Case number CE21040436. Case address 815 Coconut Drive. Owners Ralph Alter and Sybil Cotton. This property was cited on April 14th, 2021 to comply by April 24th, 2021. Suspended 8/10/2021 to 10/12/2021. One section not complied at $250 per day. $26,750 has accrued, and this is a request for an extension.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
For the record, Senior Officer Garcia presenting case CE 21040436, reference to property 815 Coconut Drive. This property was cited originally in April 14, 2021, and was brought to the magistrate on August 10, 2021, of which the magistrate granted an extension of 63 days and suspended fines during that time. An inspection was performed on October 6, 2021 by Fort Lauderdale Police Department Marine Patrol Officer Mike Gelberg, of which the vessel was found to remain in violation of Section 18-4C. This morning, contact was made with the property owner, who brought forward evidence showing the removal of the vessel as of October 8th, 2021. If I may approach the bench so I can...
Okay. Show the picture to... Okay, what do we have? October 11th, yesterday.
Due to the evidence presented by the property owner, the city is requesting an extension to November 9th, 2021 hearing to allow the city to perform a reinspection and confirm that the violation has been complied.
Sorry, has been complied.
So the evidence presented by the property owner today shows that the violation has been complied, but the city still needs to go back out and perform a reinspection just to confirm that the violation has in fact been complied. So the city's requesting to put in another extension to the November 9th hearing, so the city can have time to go out to the property, confirm that the violation has been complied, and then proceed afterwards with the case.
All right. All right, well, I guess I've got a long explanation here on, okay, Ms. Montoya,
Yes, Your Honor.
are you familiar with this case?
So generally, so I believe the inspector just is asking for an extension to the next hearing so he can go verify compliance.
All right, okay. Okay.
So he's received the information from the homeowners that they complied yesterday, but as Your Honor knows, we always go out and verify compliance. So we just need, the homeowners and the city both need that extra time for the inspector to go out and verify that indeed the vessel is gone.
All right, and sir, are you agreeable with that?
Good morning, sir.
You need to speak directly into the microphone, sir.
Sorry. Good morning, I'm Ralph Alter. I am one of the owners. My wife is beside me, Sybil Cotton. And the answer is if the city requires that, then we certainly agree to it, but we don't quite see the need for it. We think we've submitted rather substantial evidence, and but whatever the city feels is necessary, and Your Honor.
Okay, I'm going to grant an extension, a mandatory reappearance on November 9th, 2021.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Our next case is on page 23. Inspector Todd Bellback, case number CE 21030224, case address 3824, Southwest 14th Street, numbers 1 and 2. Owner Janice H. Little Living Revocable Trust, Janice H. Little Trustee. This case was first heard on 5/27/21 to comply by 8/26/21. 2 sections not compliant at $50 per day, $4,700 is accrued. The city is requesting full amount and fines continue to accrue. Mr. Warman, can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear and affirm to speak the truth at today's proceedings?
Yes.
Thank you.
Code Compliance Officer Bellback, representing on behalf of the City of Fort Lauderdale, case number CE 21030224, with a location of 3824 Southwest 14th Street. Violation was initially found on March 5th, 2001 by Officer Holder during the code compliance inspection. As far as a property code compliance inspection report was issued that day with 30 days to come into compliance. Officer Holder did conduct a reinspection on April 8th of 2001, which prompted a citation to be issued for a city violation 9-305B. Landscape at the property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance, and 9-304B, access aisle to the driveway not being maintained. During a city magistrate hearing that was conducted on May 27th of 2001, the finding of fact was ruled by Your Honor, Judge Purdy, who issued a 91 days to come into compliance with all violations or a fine of $50 per day thereafter. I just conducted a pre-hearing reinspection as of yesterday, October 11th, and I spoke with the property owner, Miss Janice Little. The grass seed, I noted the grass seed has been laid out in the bare areas of the lawn, but hasn't taken root. And Miss Little is in the process right now, still in the process of trying to find a contractor to pave her driveway aisle. As of this date, October 12th, accruing fines for the 47 days after the initial 91 that was given, right now, again, is at $4,700. The city is requesting the full amount, which continues to accrue.
All right, on behalf of the owner.
Your Honor, my name is Robert Warman. I'm an attorney in Plantation, and I'm representing Janice Little at this time. I've been assisting Ms. Little with various things, primarily in the landlord-tenant realm. She asked me to intervene here to assist her. Ms. Little is 80 years old and elderly and not in great physical condition. She doesn't have Wi-Fi. She needs help getting around. She doesn't drive. So I'm appearing for her at this hearing. I spoke to Inspector Bellback yesterday, and really all I can tell you at this point is that Ms. Little is doing her best with what she has available to her. She's limited to calling people, asking for help. I think at this point, she really needs to take the bull by the horns. She recognizes that. She has been making efforts. Inspector Bellback can even tell you that some efforts have been made. $4,700 is a lot of money. I would hope that Your Honor would see fit to hopefully abate the fine and maybe abate any further accruals and give Ms. Little more time to comply. I mean, she is trying. She's not ignoring the problem. And, you know, at this point, she just really needs to make a greater effort. I'm not making any excuses for her, but this is the situation as we see it today. She needs more time, and hopefully you can abate the $4,700 because she needs the money. She needs the money. This is going to cost more than I think she realized.
All right. Is she doing anything to correct the violations?
Well, of course she is. She has a general handyman who has been going out, putting down seed. She put these white pyramids that she hoped would block people from constantly going over the grass, because that's the problem. One of the problems is we're talking about landscaping that's adjacent to the road, and so sometimes she would put grass down and then it would just get driven on again. And I think she realizes now that using her handyman or just talking to various people who promised to help her is not going to do it. This is somebody who can't just run out of her house herself and supervise what's going on. She uses a walker. She needs help to get everywhere. And I just, that's the situation. I mean, I said, I'm not making excuses. She has been making efforts. According to Inspector Bellback, to deal with the driveway issue, the driveway aisle, it requires a city permit. So that's going to take time. That means she has to either go get the permit herself or hire a general contractor. And all of this was out of her head. Like she just thought, oh, I'll just put some grass down and I'll fix this and fix that. I don't think she grasped how serious and how long it would take to deal with this. So right now at $50 a day, it's just putting her further and further in the hole. She just said that these are generally, she owns a few properties in Fort Lauderdale. They're all investments. They're all with tenants. She's a good landlord. And this is how she survives on the rental income. And sometimes the tenants and how they park and how they do, it makes things difficult for her. So she is trying, she's attending to the problem, but this is the situation. She needs more time, and I'm hoping that the court would see fit to abate the fine at this time and grant more time to comply.
Your Honor, may I?
She originally had 91 days, correct?
Yes, sir.
She had 91 days. That time went by, and she's had 47 days on top of the 91 days since the hearing.
That's correct.
So I'm concerned that she's not taking this very seriously. These don't look like difficult violations to correct. Ms. Montoya, do you have anything?
No, I was just, thank you, Your Honor. Ronald Montoya Hassan with the City Attorney's Office. I was just going to explain to council that the city does not abate fines that have already accrued. We will deal with the fines once the property is in compliance. I guess my question would be for the city is, how much time do you think she needs? And since you said she has several rental properties, which I'm assuming she's collecting at least some rent for, does she have a property manager to assist her with property maintenance issues, with tenant issues that can assist her to get these two components complied?
She has I think a guy she uses generally to handle maintenance issues. He's clearly not up to the task, and I appreciate the clarification on the abatement. I guess what I'm asking for is that further fines be abated, and that we'll deal with the $4,700 perhaps on a petition for mitigation once the property is in compliance.
Correct. So I guess the question would be, how much time does she need, additional time?
And I would hesitate to say anything less than 60. 30 would I think we'd be right back at square one. I mean, I don't know how long it takes to get a permit, if that's in fact what's required to get proper permission to deal with the driveway aisle. And so I think more time would be better, or we might just be back in this situation again. I would request a minimum of 60 days. If I think Inspector Bellback would have a better idea, maybe another 90 would give Ms. Little the time she needs. Again, we're not talking about someone who's ignoring the problem. Inspector Bellback has been in touch with Ms. Little. She's responsive. She wants to have this behind her. Again, I go to her home quite frequently to visit her and to help her. All of our meetings are at her home or telephonically. She's never been to my office, I don't think. She doesn't drive. and she's not the healthiest person in the world. I don't know how much energy she has to deal with this and who's been helping her. But now that I'm here and dealing with this, and we already know what we're dealing with as far as a fine in place already, I think it's going to get more serious.
Let me go ahead and make a decision on this. Here's what I'm going to do. At least she's hired an attorney. Seems like somebody's gotten her attention after all this time. And I'm going to very reluctantly grant a 63-day extension and stay the fines as of this date. But don't anticipate any further extensions on this, Counselor.
Okay. Thank you.
63 days. Fines abated as of the state of this date.
Your Honor, thank you very much. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate you hearing me out.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next case is on page 32. Is Senior Inspector Manny Garcia. Case number CE21060977. Case address 1500 Southwest 5th Court. Owner David R. Wallace. This property was cited on 7/5/21 to comply by 7/12/21. One section not complied at $250 per day. $23,000 is accrued. The city is requesting full amount of fines continue to accrue.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Within 30 days.
Hang on just one second. We're going to start with the inspector.
Your Honor, for the record, Senior Officer Garcia presenting case CE 21060977, reference to property 1500 Southwest 5 Court. To start off, I'd like to read the definition under section 18-3 for the definition of derelict as per the city of Fort Lauderdale, which, in quote, means any motor vehicle or vessel which is in a state of evident disuse, neglect, or abandonment, is wrecked or partially dismantled, having no motor, engine, transmission, or other major parts necessary for operation, has vegetation underneath as high as the body or frame, has refuse or debris collected underneath, is being solely used for storage, does not have all tires inflated, does not display a current valid license tag, or which threatens or endangers public health, safety, and welfare. This property was issued a citation on July 5th, 2021 for the violation 18-4C. There are derelict vessels docked at the property. The subject vessels were found with expired registrations and in complete state of disuse and neglect as per the photos depict. Contact was made with the property owner shortly after the issuance of the citation and was advised of the violation. With the assistance of Officer Gelberg for the Fort Lauderdale Police Department Marine Unit, a follow-up inspection was done on September 19, 2021, of which the vessels remain in derelict conditions. No further contact has been obtained regarding compliance of the violations due to the fact the city is requesting full imposition of fines to the sum which was read and continue to accrue due to non-compliance.
City's recommendation the fines be imposed and continue to accrue.
Correct.
Okay, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
State your name for the record, please.
I'm David Wallace.
All right. Tell me your side of the story here, sir.
All right, yes, back in July, I received a notice on my door. I've not spoken to anybody, but
I'm
I
sorry,
did.
can you speak right into the microphone, please? You can pick it up if you'd like to.
The notice I noticed on my garage door when I got home the day that is so stated, and within 30 days at the most, the vessels were cleaned by myself. One of the vessels is owned by an individual that's in England, and he's been trying to get here for well over a year. And as you know the situation, he can't get here to do anything further with registration on the vessel. I've gone and cleaned it for him. The other vessel is mine, which I can't get off the elevator because the elevator is frozen. I'm going to donate it as soon as I can get it off. And I'm trying to find someone that can lift it up and unfreeze the cradle so I can drop it in the water and get it hauled away.
Okay, I'm sorry. Tell me what you're requesting.
I would like to be waived of the fines because I did in August.
No, can't do that. You're not in compliance, correct? The violation is not in compliance. This is a citation case. No appeal was taken, and therefore the violation is deemed admitted. So we can't address any fines until you come into compliance.
Well, the vessels were cleaned, and those pictures are old pictures. I cleaned that vessel in August. As far as the registration on the vessel, he can't get into this country till November.
All right. Anything else from the city?
No, Your Honor, that'll be all.
Okay. Again, it's a citation case. No appeal was taken. The violation is deemed admitted. It's been out of compliance for, I don't know, what have you been doing with this issue for 92 days?
Well, as I said, in August, I cleaned the sailboat that's in the water. The other vessel, I'm trying to get it, the cradle unfrozen so I can get the boat in the water and get it hauled away.
All right. Is this the Daryl? Okay, because I'm seeing pictures of two vehicles.
That's the one on the elevator.
Two vessels here. So the vessel on the screen now is the derelict.
They're both derelict, Your Honor. They both have expired registrations, and as you can see, I mean, there's overgrowth growing from the top of the one that's on the on the lift.
Vessels plural. All right. Okay, I'm going to grant the city's request to impose the fines, and they continue to accrue. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Our next case is on page 16. Inspector Pat Gavin. Case number CE 201-01024, case address 545 West Evanston Circle. Owners Hyacinth Lane and Joseph Wadley Estate. Property posted 9/20/2021, posted at City Hall 9/30/2021.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Ms. Lane. Can you please start your video? Can you please raise your right hand?
Good morning.
Good morning. Do you swear and affirm to speak the truth at today's proceedings?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay.
Inspector Pat Gavin, City of Fort Lauderdale Code Enforcement, presenting case CE 201-01024 for property located at 545 West Evanston Circle. This property was first inspected on October 27th, 2020, and given time to correct for the following violations. 9-280B has been complied. 9-305B has been complied. 47-39.A.1.B 6B, there is non-permitted outdoor storage at this RS 6-6.7 residential property. The outdoor storage consists of goods and materials on this property, including but not limited to a living room chair, a tent, a kitchen table and chairs, and carpets draped over the fence. This case was initially inspected by Officer Holder, who noted the violations. The awnings and ground cover have been complied, but the outdoor storage of furniture and other items in the rear of the property remains. The city is requesting compliance within 28 days or a fine of $25 per day thereafter.
I'm not seeing the outdoor storage on the photographs.
It's in the backyard, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, on behalf of the owner.
Yes, good morning. You can hear me?
Yes, it's your turn to speak, ma'am.
Okay, good morning. We have, from my mom passed away, we have been trying to get, the lady that's on the property is a squatter. She was next door and she was run over to the other side to the property. And we've been calling Broward County. We've been calling everybody for help.
Ma'am, let me ask you a question. Are you on a computer that has video?
Yeah, I'm not great with computers, but my niece has helped me with this. She's trying to make sure is that it? Okay. Yes, you can hear me now?
Magistrate, our IT team is letting us know that the video is not going to play.
Oh my God. Why is it not working? Huh? Oh my God. Oh man.
Okay.
Start.
Only sound, okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I guess my the
Go ahead,
video.
ma'am.
I'm sorry. It's not working. It's not working. So
Did you tell me everything you wanted to tell me?
yeah. Huh?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. What happened is that there's a lady on the property that the tenants, the neighbors called us and told us that a squatter had took on the property. We removed her items like twice for the past few years. We've been removing her items, and when we leave from down there, she comes back. Every time that I've came there, I have called Broward County Police Department. They asked us to give her time to take the stuff off. We comply with them. They told that in 4 months ago when we was there, we asked them, like, is there any way she can be removed without us paying another $500? Because we've been paying $450 the first time, and then the second time we paid $500 for a dumpster to remove her stuff. And every time we leave, she keeps coming back. And I don't know what else to do. This is all new to me, so I don't know what else to do. So Ms. Hayes got in touch with me and said that we can sign a trespassing form to have her remove off the property. And I haven't heard from Ms. Hayes. I called and left 3 messages on her phone for her to get back in touch with me that we can sign that, so that could probably help us out. The grass I would take care of, no problem. But I just can't get her off of the property. I just can't get her. I don't know what else to do. But I'm gonna, I was looking up the fares this morning to come back, because I live in New York City, to come back to pay the dumpster again to get rid of her. But I don't know if this is a continuous thing that we have to keep doing until we decide what we want to do. If someone want to live in there, or, you know, I don't know what else to do. I'm like lost with all of this. All of this is new to me.
Okay. Anything else from the city?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you very much. As to the third and final violation, I found the violation does exist. 28 days to comply, $25 per day thereafter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh my God, this is crazy.
We're recalling the case on page 11 with Senior Inspector Manny Garcia. Case number CE 21030710. Case address 2770 Northwest 26th Street. Owner Darnett Melbourne. Property posted 9/21/21. Posted at City Hall 9/30/21.
Finally got this one. All right.
Good morning, Ms. Melbourne. Can you please raise your right hand?
Good morning.
Do you swear and affirm to speak the truth at today's proceedings?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Your Honor, for the record, Senior Officer Garcia presenting case CE 21030710, reference the property 2770 Northwest 26th Street. This property was first cited by previous officer Karen Proto on March 22nd, 2021 for the following violations. BCZ-39-133, parentheses E, parentheses 1, has complied. 9-308A, there is a blue tarp on the roof being held down by sandbags. The roof is not in good repair and is not weather or watertight. 9-304B has been complied. On September 7, 2021, it was noted that the violation regarding the roof in disrepair remains, which led to the case being referred to today's hearing. Communication was made this past week with the daughter of the property owner, who explained that they're in the process of fixing the roof. and to correct the violation. Due to the communication that was received from the property owner's daughter, the city is requesting 98 days to comply, or a fine of $50 per day for the pending violation thereafter.
98 days to comply.
98 days to comply, $50 for the pending violation thereafter.
Okay, who's speaking on behalf of the owner? The owner present?
The owner.
You there?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, it's your turn to speak.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, we have a situation there where the top was on the roof. They put it on it, but because of the weather, it's falling off. So I asked for extension for 90 days because it's in the process with the insurance. So we haven't completed the insurance yet. So I'm just holding on the insurance to help me out so I can complete the roof. If we need a 90 days extension, that will help me out a lot.
Okay, for the record, I found the violation does exist. 98 days to comply, $50 per day thereafter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Our next case is on page 30. Senior Inspector Manny Garcia. Case number CE 21060976. Case address 1112 Waverly Road. Owner H. Wesley Johnson. This property was cited on 7/15/21 to comply by 7/13/21. One section complied at $250 per day. $22,750 accrued. The city is requesting full amount and fines. I'm sorry, Manny, is the case complied?
No.
So the city is requesting full amount and fines continue to accrue. That's one section not complied.
Your Honor, for the record, Senior Officer Garcia presenting case CE 21060976, reference the property 1112 Waverly Road. This property was issued a citation on July 5th, 2021 for the following violation. 18-4, parentheses C. There is a derelict vessel at the rear of the subject property. The subject vessel has signs of deterioration, debris accumulated underneath the hull. The vessel is not properly registered and is in an overall state of neglect and disuse. Contact was made with the property owner, Mr. Wesley, upon receipt of the citation. Mr. Wesley explained that the violation regarding this matter and stated that he would work to remove the vessel from his property as it does not belong to him. Mr. Wesley maintained communication regarding this matter, but the vessel remains in derelict condition and docked at the property as per the photos depict. As per the City of Fort Lauderdale's definition of derelict under Section 18-3, the vessel remains in a state of disuse and neglect. The vessel is deteriorating on the water. It is not properly registered and has debris attached to the hull. Due to the findings, the city is requesting the imposition of fines to the sum of $22,750, which continues to accrue until the violation has been corrected.
All right, sir, if you'll state your name for the record.
I'm Jim Stark.
And how are you today?
Good. How you doing, Judge?
Very good. Okay.
Was that applause for me when they were clapping back there?
You represent the owner.
Yes, Wesley Johnson.
All right. Can you speak a little bit, get a little bit closer to the microphone and
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Much better.
Okay. Wesley Johnson, this case probably comes under the category of no good deed goes unpunished. In addition, he's asked me to show you a survey that they had done, which indicates that, in our opinion, it's not a derelict vessel. It's a vessel that's in average condition. If I may approach and provide that survey for you.
Okay.
And I think Officer Garcia may have seen this. No? Yes?
Well, here's the problem. A citation was issued.
Yeah. No, I understand the problem. And let me say this. I think Officer Garcia would say that Johnson has been attentive to the issue and has been in communication with them. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And one of the problems with getting the vessel moved was getting the title to the vessel. The title apparently was somewhere in North Carolina. I believe they finally got it. Former Mayor Noggle has agreed to allow Mr. Johnson to tow the vessel to his boatyard. Upon information and belief, that supposedly is going to take place tomorrow. So what I would ask judges, if you give us another 2 weeks or so, hopefully we can come in and that violation will be in compliance, and then we can talk about mitigating the fines.
I'm inclined to do that, given the circumstances. I haven't obviously had a chance to read this, but I'm going to grant I'm going to stay the fines as of this date and grant a 28-day extension with a mandatory reappearance on November 9th, 2021.
Okay, will we get a written notice, or is this my notice?
I'm sorry?
Will we get a written notice, or is
Yeah,
this?
yeah, you'll get a written order in the mail. Okay?
Thank you.
Now, okay, so
Thank you.
I'm pleased with the action you're taking.
Right. Nice seeing you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I had hair and yours had colors.
Exactly.
Our next case is on page 6. Senior Inspector Wilson Quintero. Case number CE 21050021. Okay, so we'll recall that case. Our next, Pat is presenting. Okay, sorry. Senior Inspector Wilson Quintero, Inspector Pat Gavin presenting case number CE 21050021. Case address 540 Arizona Avenue, owner Ashira Blau. Property posted 9/16/2021. Posted at City Hall 9/30/2021. Ashira, can you please start your video?
Okay, I got it. Okay, thank you. Hi there.
Hi, can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear and affirm to speak the truth at today's proceedings?
I swear.
Thank you.
Yes.
Inspector Pat Gavin presenting for Wilson Quintero, City of Fort Lauderdale Code Enforcement, presenting case CE 21050021 for property located at 540 Arizona Avenue. This property was first inspected on May 3rd, 2021, and given time to correct for the following violations. 18-12A, there is overgrowth, trash, rubbish, and debris on this property and/or its swale. 9-306, the exterior building walls have not been maintained. Structural parts, including fascia and soffits, are in disrepair. There are areas of the exterior that have stains and missing peeling paint. 47-34.4.B.1 has been complied. 9-305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover. 9-305A has been complied. This case was initially inspected on May 3rd, 2021, and given 10 days to comply. An inspection as of yesterday showed that these violations remain. I did speak with the property owner, and she has agreed that if we give her 35 days, she will be able to comply. So the city is requesting compliance within 35 days or a fine of $25 per day per violation thereafter.
All right, ma'am, state your name for the record, please.
Ashira Blau.
All right, what would you like to add to what this gentleman said?
Okay, I'll just, first of all, he's right. We spoke and we talked about it. I had hired a contractor last week to take care of the Pacifica. And I have to say, because I wasn't there physically, I'm taking care of my mother. I got stuck because of pandemic, not in Florida. That is my homestead, but I got stuck out. So only my son and his wife and baby live there for now. And the contract, I have to say, had to come back because they don't do a good job if you're not there. So I told the inspector that I'll hire someone to do it, but I'm still not going to be there because I still don't have a caregiver for my mom. She has Alzheimer's. After my father passed away, I ended up staying with her until we find someone to be with her. So even if I hire someone, I don't know if I'm going to get the service that I should get. But definitely we're going to try to have maybe even my son do it, even though I know he probably can't. I'll have to hire someone. But definitely I'll try to comply before the 35 days. That is going to be, because I took a video, I had him take a video this morning. It does look bad. I agree. I want to maintain my house. When I first moved in and I was there, I traveled for work as well. I mean, I quit when my father passed away and I had to take care of my mom. But I was the one who maintained it because, you know, you can't, yeah, he's my son, but he's busy. He's got a new family and so forth. So, I really appreciate that you're giving me the extra time to take care of it. And I will call you as soon as it's done. And as far as the grass is concerned, he put in seeds last week, but I looked at the video. It looks like he didn't even cut the grass, but he did, because on Thursday when he cut the grass, it looked wonderful. But today, because of all the rain, and we know Florida, it grows really fast, it already looked like it wasn't trimmed. But on Thursday's pictures, it looked wonderful. So we have to take that into consideration. It's also a corner property. So on garbage day, all the garbage flies, not to all the four corner houses, only to ours. For some reason, the wind current, there's always, all the garbage comes on to our swale. That's another issue. So it also depends when you come. If you come before garbage day, on garbage day, you'll see a lot of garbage because it takes a day or two for us also to come out in the morning, to clean it, till we go to work. Well, I'm not there right now, but when we were there. So I understand you, and I want the value of my house to stay, in good, and I want the house to stay in good shape. But I have a situation now. Until I find a caregiver for my mom, I'm not in Florida, so I have to depend on my son and on contractors, and it's never the same as if I'm there to make sure whoever's doing it, the contract is doing it right. So that's all I have to say. But thank you for the 35 days, and I'll speak to you as soon as it's done. Maybe you can come inspect it even before the 35 days. Hopefully, it will be done ASAP.
All right. Anything else from the city?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. I find that the three remaining violations do exist. 35 days to comply, $25 per day thereafter. Ma'am, stay in touch with the compliance officer. And
I will. I have their number and their email, and I will continue staying in touch.
very good.
Thank you for understanding.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Our next case is on page 23. Inspector Todd Bellback. Case number CE 21050015. Case address 2493 Andros Lane, owner RH Investment Homes LLC. This property was cited on May 3rd, 2021 to comply by May 3rd, 2021. One section complied at $200 per day, $1,200 accrued, and the city is requesting $600. And this is the citation.
For the record, Code Compliance Officer Bellback, presenting on behalf of the City of Fort Lauderdale, case number CE 21050015 for the property located at 2493 Andros Lane. The property was cited on May 3rd with zero time to come into compliance. A civil penalty, of course, the amount of $200 uncontested, $275 contested. The property did come into compliance, and I confirmed that with an inspection. And of course, the city is requesting $600 to be imposed for the violation of 24-29. Trash bin is overflowing with trash not maintained for several days.
Okay, ma'am, if you'll speak right into the microphone and state your name, please.
Dana Corsi, I'm the property manager. Hi, Todd. I just wanted to ask if we can reduce it only because the fact that nobody actually lived there, it was under renovation. And by the time I got Todd's letter, I complied right away. to the office.
Okay. Do you live in this home?
No,
Okay. You rent it out?
it was under renovation. It is rented now, and it's been complied for a long time.
Okay, all right. So the city's recommending a 50% reduction on the fines that are accrued. So that sounds reasonable. So I'm going to grant the city's request for imposition of fines of $600.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Our next case is on page 11. Senior Inspector Manny Garcia, case number CE 21060626, case address 2981 Southwest 14th Street, owner Adalwin LLC. Property posted September 21st, 2021, posted at City Hall 9/30/2021. Good morning, Mary. Can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear and affirm to speak the truth at today's proceedings?
I do.
Thank you.
Your Honor, for the record, Senior Officer Garcia presenting case CE 21060626, reference the property 2981 Southwest 14th Street. This property was cited on June 23rd, 2021 for the following violations. 9-308B, there is debris, trash, or other elements which are not permanent to the roof. 24-27 parentheses B has been complied. 9-304B has been complied. 9-305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover. 18-12A has been complied. Reinspection took place on October 5th, 2021, and as the photos depict, the property remains in violation of the ordinance read into the record. At this time, the city is requesting 35 days for compliance or a fine of $50 per day per violation thereafter.
Right, on behalf of the owner?
Yes, sir. I would like to ask for a continuance, so for the 35 days, so I can complete bringing the property into compliance.
Just so we're understanding each other, can you get this in compliance within 35 days?
Yes, sir, I do believe I can.
All right, that seems like a reasonable amount of time. So there'll be no fine if you bring it into compliance within 35 days. Okay? But for the record, I found that the two remaining violations do exist. 35 days to comply, $50 per day thereafter. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir.
Our next case is on page 12. Senior Inspector Manny Garcia, case number CE 21080924, case address 3021 Northwest 19th Street, owner Ardefa LLC and care of Family Dollar, attention lease accounting, ST number 30486. This property was given personal service on 9/21/2021 and posted at City Hall on 9/30/2021. Good morning, Randy, and we're on page 12. Good morning, Randy and James. If you would please raise your right hands. Do you swear and affirm to speak the truth at today's proceedings?
I do.
Thank you.
Your Honor, for the record, Senior Officer Garcia presenting case CE 21080924, reference the property 3021 Northwest 19th Street. This property was issued a nuisance notice of violation on August 30th, 2021 for the following violation. 18-12A. There's trash, rubbish, and debris on this property and its swale. There's scattered litter throughout the property. This violation was previously cited on October 28, 2020 under case CE 201-01171, and again on June 21st, 2021 under case CE 2106-0597. Due to the recurring nature of this violation, this case will be presented to the special magistrate whether the property comes into compliance before the hearing or not. As per the photos depict, the reinspection was performed on October 4th, 2021 and found that the property remains in violation. Due to the findings, the city is requesting 7 days for compliance or a fine of $100 per day for the violation thereafter. In addition to the recurring nature of this matter, the city requests a finding of fact for future enforcement.
I'm sorry, city's request again is?
The city is requesting 7 days to comply or a fine of $100 per day for the violation thereafter. And in addition, due to the recurring nature of this matter, the city requests a finding of fact for the future enforcement.
Okay, on behalf of the owner.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. My name is Randy Lipkin. I am the representative authorized to speak on behalf of both the owner and the tenant, Family Dollar, regarding, I believe we have 2 violations, but it's my understanding we're handling one at a time. I have a photograph. I don't know if I'm allowed to share my screen. I think the property was re-inspected on October 4th. I have a photograph from October 5th that depicts one photograph where the trash, debris, and rubbish issue had been rectified. I have asked Family Dollar to send me some more. I don't have them as of yet, but if the inspector would like to re-inspect following today's hearing, I think he will be satisfied as far as the trash, rubbish, and debris issue goes. As far as the 7 days, the only thing I would like to add is obviously you are all aware this is a recurring issue. My understanding, there is some illegal dumping going on of non-customers of the Family Dollar store. And what you might have seen back in, I believe it was October of 2020, then again in June, then again in August, are actually different issues. Whenever we identify a problem, it gets rectified, but then a period of time goes by and it happens again. So it's not a situation where we're not addressing it. The issue has been addressed. I think the city is aware. It's my understanding that a meeting took place with someone from my office. I think her name is Ella Hernandez, was present along with the city inspector and some other people as well. And it was discussed. So it's not a situation where we're just allowing this to happen. Like I said, it's a recurring issue. I would ask for actually more time, just because over 7 days, there could be several issues where it's cleaned up and then it's there again. I don't know, James, if you had anything to add.
Your Honor, I was something. My name is Reggie White. I'm the code compliance supervisor. Like he stated, this is a recurring issue. At the same time, it's an issue that needs to be maintained on a daily basis. We understand that illegal dumping happens, but it's not maintained to the standards that we need. We've had several complaints from residents, community members, and from the city standpoint, it's just not acceptable. So we're not given any longer than 7 days.
All right. For the record, I find the violation does exist. 7 days to comply, $100 per day thereafter.
Your Honor, also, if we can have the finding of fact just for future enforcement, the city can move with more stricter enforcement guidelines.
Make a finding of fact just to the violation.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And for the record, for the attorneys, I know that that there was another case, but that case has already been complied, so it's not being heard today.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Our next case is on page 21.
Page
21. Inspector Bernstein Sandberg, case number CE 201208898, case address 6510 Northwest 34th Avenue, owners Peppa and Sean Fisher. This case was first heard on 8/10/21 to comply by 8/24/21. 2 sections complied at $50 per day, $3,400 accrued, and the city is requesting $497.
Good morning, Your Honor. Officer Bernstein with City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance Officer. Case number CE 2012-0898. property address 6510 Northwest 34th Ave. This case first came before the special magistrate on August 10th, 2021, where evidence was presented and the magistrate found for the city. These violations were first cited on December 24, 2021. A total of 9 re-inspections were made on the property. There were conversations by phones and in person with the property owner. During these conversations, the status of the violations and corrective actions were discussed. I would like to enter the photos as evidence that shows compliance. It is in the position of the city that the fines be imposed, administrative costs as read, in the total of $497.
Okay, city's request is a reduction to $497, correct? All right, sir, if you'll speak right in the microphone and state your name.
My name is Sean Fisher.
All right, do you have any objection to the reduction in the fine?
I would actually appreciate it if I could have the $400 and something waived as well. The reason being, one, I would have been able to probably comply a little bit quicker, but I spent some time in the hospital in the ICU, and it took me a little longer once I got out after a week in the ICU to recuperate. But once I was able to, I did end up getting rid of the white truck that's, I guess, was the sore thumb, so to speak.
Recurring violation, so city's position is quite reasonable. I'm going to reduce the fines to $497. Did you want to add anything, ma'am?
Good morning, Your Honor. Supervisor Bass for the City of Fort Lauderdale. Myself and the code director did visit the property on last week, and we did speak to the property owner and explain the importance of reoccurring violations such as this. I think he definitely has it abreast now and knows how to keep it in compliance. The city would not be opposed to any further reduction that you would like to do, Your Honor.
The city would not object to a reduction?
No, we would not, Your Honor.
No fines?
We would not be opposed if that is your decision, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm just going to waive fines.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Our next case is on page 14. Inspector Bernstein, Sandberg. Case number CE 210500751. Case address 2921 Northwest 68th Street. Owner Vivian Miranda. Property posted 9/20/21. Posted at City Hall 9/28/2021.
Good morning, Your Honor. Officer Bernstein Sandberg, City of Fort Lauderdale Community Enhancement, case number CE 21050751. Property address 2921 Northwest 68th Street. This property was inspected on May 24, 2021, and was cited for the following violations. 18-4C complied, 18-12A complied, 9-305A complied, 47-34.1.8.1 complied. The remaining violations are 9-306B. The exterior building walls have not been maintained. There are areas of exterior that have been stains and missing and peeling paint. Section 9-304B. The asphalt driveway is not being maintained. Section 9-305B. The landscape is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are dead and missing grass, including the swell. Due to non-compliance on September 21, 2021, the notice of hearing was posted on the property. I have been in contact with the property owner, and they'll continue to work towards compliance. I would like to enter the photos as evidence. A pre-hearing inspection was revealed. A pre-hearing inspection revealed the violation stated is not in compliance. The city is requesting 56 days to comply, or a fine of $25 per day per violation be imposed after.
Okay, I'm sorry, the city's request is?
56 days.
56 days, or?
$25 per day.
Okay, all right. Okay, ma'am, if you'll speak right into the microphone and state your name, please.
Vivian Miranda.
All right, anything you want to add to what this gentleman said?
No,
I agree with everything.
All right, very good. Okay, I'm gonna find the violations do exist. 56 days to comply, $25 per day there.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Good luck.
Our next case is on page 27. Inspector Stephanie Stringer, case number CE 21080085, case address 2732 Davie Boulevard, owner La Segunda Realty Corp., tenant Boost Mobile. This property was cited on 8/3/2021 to comply by 8/17/2021. One section complied at $150 per day, $6,450 accrued, and the city is requesting full amount.
Good morning, Your Honor. Stephanie Stringer, Business Tax Inspector on behalf of the City of Fort Lauderdale. Case number CE 210-80085, address 2732 Davie Boulevard, owner Boost Mobile. This property was first inspected on August 3rd, found a business operating with no business tax. The business location was open. I issued a citation, number 613, gave a copy to the employee Darius, along with a card to have the owner call me. Reinspection was conducted on August 17th with the review in my computer for the application submittal. No application was submitted. I posted the door with a notice of hearing on September 27th at 8:41 a.m. The owner of the business, Mo, then reached out. I explained how to apply online. The application was submitted on September 27th. I processed and the invoice was sent out on September 28th. The payment was made on October 1st. The city is requesting the full amount of the fines to be imposed beginning on August 18th and ending September 30th.
All right, I see. Hang on, I have a notation on my. Okay, this is 2732 Davie Boulevard. Correct?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, so the city's request again is
Full imposition of the fines.
full imposition of the fines. Okay, this 3 days. All right, sir, if you'll speak right into the microphone. And
Good morning. You hear me well?
Yes, you can. There we go.
That's better. So apparently we are Petra Connect. We operate in multiple stores in Fort Lauderdale. And so for the month of August, this business was subleased under our umbrella and LLC to be operated by Argus Wireless, which they're not there anymore. We officially took over the store September 1st. Now, struggling through the pandemic and everything that happened, we did struggle quite, a lot with having the correct employees there. And we've had multiple employees that have had COVID. We are an essential business. So for us, we were, throughout the whole pandemic, we were open, operating, although my employees were falling one behind each other with COVID, and we still managed to stay open, provide services for the communities, and offer people jobs. In terms of the citation that was given to Darius on, I think it was in August?
August 3rd.
Yeah, so in terms of this citation, us as a business owner or as a corporate, we never received this. It was given to Darius, and we never received it as corporate, so we didn't even know that there was something that we needed to be in compliance with. Now, the older management that was there, which is Argus Wireless, they're no longer there. We officially retook over that store starting September 1st as Petra Connect. And we've been closed from September 1st. By the end of September, this is when I figured out that we have these on the door, which I went there to try and open the business up again, get the correct employees in place, and just reopen and launch again. Now, as soon as this came to my attention, I'm quick at complying with whatever is requested, whether it's business or city or, it could be a simple issue. But as soon as something is brought up to my attention, we get it done. We get it done very quick. I'm not sure if there is a more effective way for the city to reach out to management, not employees, because employees don't really bring this to our attention. And for us to be able to, actually know what's going on with the city. And I understand this business has been there, but it was operating under a different LLC for quite some time since we had a sublease. And us taking it back over, we're making changes, and I complied very, very quick to make sure that we have everything in place. And it's really been very tough, ever since April, ever since the beginning of this pandemic. It's been really, really tough to maintain and pay the bills. And I mean, this store, ever since I opened it, I haven't even profited or made any money. So the amount that you guys are imposing is an amount that I have not made from the store. So if this amount I'm going to pay it, I'd rather shut down the store and call it a day. I'll be, sending home to employees. And us as a corporation, we have 15 employees that depend on the business to survive and feed their families. So it's really hard. And throughout the pandemic, it's been even harder on us. We're not corporate. We are a small LLC that operates under a franchise. So we're not the big heads. We are just an operator under the franchise. And it's been hard ever since the beginning of COVID. And we're still trying to be there in certain communities. And I'm pretty sure everyone understands that Fort Lauderdale is a tough community to be in and be in business.
Okay. Let me give you some information. Yes, ma'am. Did you want to add something?
We will not impose the fines of the $6,450 if $1,500 would be okay with Your Honor.
How much?
$1,500, $1,500.
Okay. All right. I'm going to incline to do that. I'm going to reduce the fines to $1,500.
Okay. I think we could make that happen. I think so.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, so we have another.
No, sir, that's a different tenant. Different tenant for that one. That's a different store. So he doesn't have another case. That's Boost Mobile. The other is a different tenant. Okay, so our next case is on page 22. Inspector Pat Gavin. Case number CE21060215. Case address 591 Southwest 27th Avenue. Owner 27th Avenue Properties LLC. This property was cited on 7/8/2021 to comply by 7/15/2021. One section not complied at $150 per day. $13,350 is accrued. The city is requesting full amount and fines continue to accrue.
Pat Gavin, City of Fort Lauderdale Code Enforcement, presenting case CE 21060215 for property located at 591 Southwest 27th Avenue. This property was first inspected on June 9th, 2021, and a citation was issued on July 8th, 2021 for the following violation. 47-22.9, wall sign erected without permit. The case was given 7 days to comply. As of October 10th, 2021, the signs are still on the building, and there's not a permit application on file. No appeal was received by the deadline of July 23rd, 2021. The city is requesting a fee of $150 per day beginning on July 15th, 2021, until the case is brought into compliance.
Okay, so it's not in compliance.
No, sir. No, sir.
Citation was issued, no appeal. Okay, all right. Sir, if you'll speak right into the microphone and state your name, please.
My name is Chad Blyborn.
All right. Well, sir, this was a citation was issued. The deadline for the appeal has expired. So tell me what you want me to know, but Things
Basically,
look pretty clear from a legal standpoint.
we received the violation, we applied for the permit, okay? I just understood from the inspector that it was the wrong permit, we applied for a new sign permit. He needs an after-the-fact sign permit, I believe, right? Is that what?
I'm sorry, I mean,
Yes, he needs to pull an after-the-fact permit for the work that was already done.
The sign has been there for years, since we took over the property, since 2007.
it doesn't help you much. It's been there a long time.
Okay.
Is that-
Yes, but we applied for the permit, just to fix the sign in Orlai. And the citation, it said to pull out a permit for the sign. I was aware, even the citation, it said $150 violation, but doesn't show per day. And I was not aware that it starts from July. Just found out from the inspector that we've been cited since that day.
All right,
I'm
I'm not
working on
really
it.
understanding what you're saying.
Yes. I'm working on it. I'm the property owner. There is a tenant in there. So I'm working with the tenant, to get it high. We've been having issues getting the contractor.
Okay, he's not in compliance. City's request that the fines be imposed and continue to accrue. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm going to grant the city's request. Fines will be imposed and continue to accrue until brought into compliance.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir.
We applied for the permit, sir.
You need to speak to the inspector if you have any questions about the violation.
All right, thank you.
There are no further respondents in the hearing chambers or in the virtual room. Would you like to take a break?
Recess.
Yes. So we'll have a 10-minute recess.
10-minute recess.
Thank you. And now we will resume this morning's special magistrate hearing. Our next case is on page 1, Captain Robert Kasarwich, case number FC21080029, case address 609 Northeast 10th Avenue. Owners Mario Alejandro Escalante and Adriana Garcia, property posted 9/24/21, posted at City Hall 9/30/21.
Good morning, Your Honor. Captain Robert Kasarwich with Fort Lauderdale Fire Marshal's Office here to present case number FC 21080029 with a property address of 609 Northeast 10th Avenue. The property was cited in reference to NFPA 1 13.6.4.3.2.1. The fire extinguishers have not been serviced or tagged by a certified person or company within the past 12 months. We're requesting 28 days or $100 a day thereafter.
I find the violation does exist, 28 days to comply, $100 per day thereafter.
Our next case is on page 2, Captain Robert Kasarwich, case number FC21080035, case address 1501 Northeast 9th Street, owner Cal R. Olmsted, property posted 9/24/21, posted at City Hall 9/30/21.
And Captain Robert Kasarwich with Fort Lauderdale Fire Marshal's Office here to present case FC 21080035 for the property address of 1501 Northeast 9th Street. The property was cited in reference to NFPA 1 13.6.4.3.2.1. The fire extinguishers have not been serviced or tagged by a certified person or company within the past 12 months. We're requesting 28 days or $100 a day thereafter.
I find the violation does exist, 28 days to comply, $100 per day thereafter.
Our next case is on page 3, Captain Robert Kasarwich, case number FC21080039, case address 1822 North Dixie Highway, owner Sky 1822 LLC, property posted 9/27/21, posted at City Hall 9/30/21.
And Captain Robert Kasarwich with Fort Lauderdale Fire Marshal's Office for case FC 21080039 with a property address of 1822 North Dixie Highway. Property was cited in reference to NFPA 1 13.6.4.3.2.1. The fire extinguishers have not been serviced or tagged by a certified person or company within the past 12 months. We're requesting 28 days or $100 a day thereafter.
I find the violation does exist, 28 days to comply, $100 per day thereafter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Our next case is on page 8, Senior Inspector Dorian Cologne, case number CE21020144, case address 2341 Northeast 8th Street, owner Aaron Harless, property posted 9/21/2021, posted at City Hall 9/30/2021.
Right there is fine.
Right here, thank you. Senior Inspector Cologne for the City of Fort Lauderdale, case number is CE 21020144. Case address is 2341 Northeast 8th Street. This property was first inspected on February 3rd, 2021 by Inspector Gibson, and the following violations were observed. 9-280H1, the fence wall at this property is in disrepair and is not being maintained as required. The cement blocks are broken and or damaged. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on 9/22/2021, and it shows that the violations remain as depicted on the photos for the record. Your Honor, I did make contact with the owner, who is actually out of the country right now, and he won't be back until the end of this month, and he actually had asked me if we could get a little bit of an extension. The city's not opposed to 63 days to comply or a $25 fine per day thereafter.
Okay. 63?
Correct.
Okay, I find the violation does exist, 63 days to comply, $25 per day thereafter.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 9, Inspector Paulette Delgrosso, case number CE 2293, case address 120 Northwest 16th Street, owner We Equity Fund LLC, property posted 9/16/21, posted at City Hall 9/30/21.
Good morning, Your Honor. Inspector Delgrosso for the City of Fort Lauderdale. The case and address are as read. This property was originally inspected on September 9th, 2019 by former Officer Stephen Bish, and the property was cited under the following violations. 47-34-1A1, there is an illegal land use occurring at this property. There is storage of non-permitted items on the property. 18-12A, there's overgrowth consisting of grass, plants, and weeds, trash, rubbish, and litter on the property. 9-308B, there's trash, debris, and mildew stains on the roof of the property. 9-280H1, the fence of the property is in disrepair. 9-305, the landscape at the property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. An inspection report was mailed to the owner of record in September of 2019. Subsequently, Officer Bish resigned his position and another officer managed the case and set this matter for hearing. Your Honor, if I may approach the bench, I would like to present the court with the settlement agreement that was entered into by the city and owner. Your Honor, on page 2 of the settlement agreement, you will see that the city agreed to hold on the enforcement of any open permits or violations for a period of 12 months with regards to the illegal land use and storage, the rotted wood, the plants blocking visibility, and the roof. That agreement was signed on July 7th of 2020, and now that the time has expired, the city requests 35 days to achieve compliance or $50 per day per violation.
All right, I'm sorry, the city's requesting
35 days to achieve compliance or $50 per day per violation.
All right, okay. You find the violations do exist, 35 days to comply, $50 per day thereafter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Our next case is on page 13. Inspector Bernstein Sandberg, case number CE 21030509, case address 6917 Northwest 34th Avenue, owners of Mary Ellen Carter Trustee, property posted 9/20/21, posted at City Hall 9/28/21.
Officer Bernstein, City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance Officer. Case number CE 21030509. Property address 6917 Northwest 34th Ave. This property was inspected on March 16, 2021 and was cited for the following violations. 9-313A, complied. 9-306B, exterior building walls have not been maintained. There are areas of the exterior that have stains and missing and peeling paints. 9-305B, the landscape is not being maintained. Due to non-compliance on September 21, 2021, the notice for hearing was posted on the property. I have been in contact with the property owner. She is working towards compliance. I would like to enter the photos as evidence that shows violation as depicted. The city is requesting 42 days to comply or a fine of $25 per day per violation be imposed thereafter. 42. Yeah. 25.
42 or 25. Okay, I find that the violations do exist, 42 days to comply, $25 per day thereafter.
Our next case on page 13, Inspector Bernstein Sandberg, case number CE 21040680, case address 4861 Northwest 10th Avenue, owner Kevin Zimbauer, property posted 9/21/21, posted at City Hall 9/30/21.
Officer Bernstein, City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance, case number CE 2104-0680, excuse me. Property address 4861 Northwest 10th Ave. Property was inspected April 21, 2021, and was cited for the following violations. 9-306B, the exterior building walls have not been maintained. There are areas of the exterior that have stains and missing and peeling paint. Due to non-compliance on September 21, the notice of hearing was posted on the property. I have been in contact with the property owner. A pre-hearing inspection revealed the following violation is not in compliance. I would like to enter the photos as evidence that shows violation as depicted. The city is requesting 42 days to comply, or a fine of $25 per day per violation be imposed thereafter.
I'm sorry, 42 days to comply, or $25 per day thereafter. I find the
Correct.
violation does exist.
Our next case is on page 16. Inspector Bernstein, Sandberg, case number CE 21070165, case address 4591 Northwest 10th Way, owner FKH SFR Propco B Holdings LP, and care of First Key Homes LLC. Property posted 9/15/21, posted at City Hall 9/30/21.
Officer Bernstein, City of Fort Lauderdale, Code Compliance, case number CE 21070165, property address 4591 Northwest 10th Way. This property was inspected on July 7th, 2021, and was cited for the following violations. 18-12A, complied. 9-304B, the asphalt driveway is not being maintained. 9-280H, the fence at the property is in disrepair and not being maintained as required. The wooden fence is rotten, stained, and in poor condition. Due to non-compliance on September 15, 2021, the notice of hearing was posted on the property. A pre-hearing inspection revealed the violation stated is not in compliance. I would like to enter photos as evidence that show violation as depicted. The city is requesting 21 days to comply, or a fine of $50 per day per violation be imposed thereafter.
I'm sorry, 21 days?
21 days, $50 per day.
Or?
$50 per day per violation.
$50 per day there. That's to each violation?
Correct.
All right, I find that each violation does exist. 21 days to comply, $50 per day thereafter.
Our next case is on page 19. Inspector Pat Gavin, case number CE 21080306, case address 3505 Southwest 12th Court, owner Christine McFarland. Property posted 9/21/21, posted at City Hall 9/30/21.
Inspector Pat Gavin, City of Fort Lauderdale, Code Enforcement, presenting case CE 21080306 for property located at 3505 Southwest 12th Court. This property was first inspected on August 10th, 2021, and given time to correct for the following violations. 18-7A has been complied. 18-12A has been complied. 9-313A property is not identified by approved address numbers. This case was initially inspected on August 10th and given 10 days to comply. The doors have been boarded up and the landscaping was trimmed, but the house numbers have not been applied. The city is requesting compliance within 7 days or a fine of $25 per day thereafter.
You'll find the violation does exist. 7 days to comply, $25 per day thereafter.
Our next case is on page 22. I'm sorry, page 20. Oh, sorry. Case number CE 21080285, case address 3509 Southwest 12th Court, owner Christine McFarland. Property posted 9/21/21, posted at City Hall 9/30/21.
Pat Gavin, City of Fort Lauderdale Code Enforcement, presenting case CE 21080285 for property located at 3509 Southwest 12th Court. This property was first inspected on August 10th, 2021, and given time to correct for the following violation. 9-305A has been complied. 18-12A has been complied. 9-313A property is not identified by approved address numbers. This case was initially inspected on August 10th and given 10 days to comply. The trash has been picked up, the landscaping was trimmed, but the house numbers have not been applied. The city is requesting compliance within 7 days or a fine of $25 per day thereafter.
I find the violation does exist. 7 days to comply, $25 per day thereafter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Our next case is on page 22. Case number CE 21040665, case address 2609 Northeast 27th Way, owner Elias Marcellos. This case was first heard on 6/24/21 to comply by 7/29/21. One section not complied at $50 per day, $3,750 accrued. The city is requesting full amount and fines continue to accrue.
The city's request is granted.
Our next case is on page 23. Case number CE 21080422, case address 1204 Northwest 23rd Terrace, owner Top American Property Holdings LLC. This property was cited on 8/14/21 to comply by 8/29/21. One section not complied at $250 per day, $11,000 accrued. The city is requesting full amount and fines continue to accrue, and no appeal was received for the citation.
The city's request is granted.
Our next case is on page 24, case number CE 20090723, case address 2535 North Federal Highway, owner GFS Marketplace Realty 4 LLC. This case was first heard on 8/10/21 to comply by 9/7/21. One section complied at $50 per day, $1,150 accrued, and the city is requesting $902.
The city's request is granted.
Our next case is on page 25, case number CE 19041700, case address 740 East Melrose Circle, owner Ramir and Salavi Foston. This case was first heard on 8/10/21 to comply by 8/31/21. Three sections not complied at $50 per day, $6,300 accrued. The city is requesting full amount and fines continue to accrue.
The city's request is granted.
Our next case is on page 26, case number CE 21030858, case address 1841 Northwest 26th Avenue, owner Lewis F. Hill. This case was first heard on 7/29/21 to comply by 8/26/21. Six sections not complied at $25 per day, $7,050 accrued. The city is requesting full amount and fines continue to accrue.
The city's request is granted.
On page 27, case number CE 21080398 is closed. On page 27, case number CE 21080087, case address 2724 Davie Boulevard, owner La Segunda Realty Corp. This property was cited on 8/3/21 to comply by 8/17/21. One section complied at $150 per day. The compliance date is August 31st, 2021. $750 accrued, and the city is requesting full amount, and no appeal was received for this citation.
City's request is granted.
On page 28, case number CE 21040583, case address 1010 Northwest 48th Street, owners Rosny and Venice St. Brew. This case was first heard on 7/29/21 to comply by 9/2/21. One section not complied at $25 per day. $1,000 has accrued. The city is requesting for violation 9-304B, an extension of 42 days, and to stay the fines.
The city's request is granted.
Our next case on page 28, case number CE 21050082, case address 839 Northwest 3rd Avenue, owner CDH Management LLC. This case was first heard on 7/9/21 to comply by 9/2/21. Two sections complied at $50 per day, $3,100 accrued, and the city is requesting full amount.
The city's request is granted.
Our next case is on page 29, case number CE 21020590, case address 1518 Southeast 2nd Court, owners Paula Loggins and James Yeater. This case was first heard on 7/29/21 to comply by 9/2/21. Four sections not complied at $50 per day. $8,000 is accrued. The city is requesting full amount, and fines continue to accrue.
The city's request is granted.
Our next case is on page 30, case number CE 21080836, case address 2300 Northwest 14th Street, owner Stephanie Jazara. This property was cited on 8/31/21 to comply by 9/15/21. One section not complied at $250 per day, $6,750 accrued. The city is requesting full amount, and fines continue to accrue, and no appeal was received for the citation.
The city's request is granted.
Our next case on page 30, case number CE 21080536, case address 1831 Northwest 26th Terrace, owner Walidas LLC. This property was cited on 8/25/21 to comply by 8/26/21. One section complied at $100 per day, $600 accrued. The city is requesting full amount, and no appeal was received for the citation.
The city's request is granted.
Our next case on page 31, case number CE 200500564, case address 3220 Glendale Boulevard, owners Eric and Clarissa Sharp. This case was first heard on 8/10/21 to comply by 8/31/21. 8 sections not complied at $25 per day. $8,000 accrued, and the city is requesting full amount and fines continue to accrue.
City's request is granted.
Our next case is on page 32, case number CE 201100391, case address 1640 Northwest 25th Avenue, owner Roberta Banks Estate. This case was first heard on 6/8/21 to comply by 7/6/21. 1 section not complied at $100 per day, $9,800 accrued. The city is requesting full amount and fines continue to accrue.
The city's request is granted.
On page 32, case number CE 210700148, case address 807 Southwest 4th Avenue, owner PhD Development LLC. This property was cited on 7/6/21 to comply by 7/12/21. 1 section complied at $150 per day, $5,850 accrued. The city is requesting full amount, and no appeal was received for the citation.
The city's request is granted.
Our next case on page 33, case number CE 201200158, case address 2311 Northwest 13th Street, owners Michael and Fred Cunningham. This case was first heard on 5/11/21 to comply by 8/10/21. 3 sections complied at $25 per day, $3,975 accrued, and the city is requesting no fines.
City's request is granted.
Our next case is on page 34. Case number CE 210700409, case address 2304 Northwest 14th Court, owner 2304 Northwest 14th Court LLC. This property was cited on 7/14/21 to comply by 7/29/21. 1 section not complied at $250 per day, $18,750 is accrued. The city is requesting full amount and fines continue to accrue, and no appeal was received for the citation.
The city's request is granted.
On page 34, case number CE 210700577 is closed. Our next case on page 35, case number CE 210700735, case address 1051 Northwest 26th Avenue, owner Hurricane SP LLC. This case was cited on 7/26/21 to comply by 8/11/21. 1 section not complied at $250 per day, $15,750 accrued. The city is requesting full amount, and fines continue to accrue. No appeal was received for the citation.
The request is granted.
On page 35, for case number CE 21010325, the city is requesting to vacate the order of June 8th, 2021.
The city's request to vacate the order is granted.
The city is requesting to enter pages 38 and 39 into today's hearing as an exhibit. It is the city's list of complied, closed, withdrawn, and rescheduled cases.
Okay. That's it. We stand adjourned.
And this concludes the special magistrate agenda for October 12, 2021. Have a great day.
Have a good day, everyone.